Today I'm going to be talking about the heuristic evaluation method and how it can improve a user's experience. So using this method will enhance a product or service and actually lead to users utilizing your product over the long run. And this is as opposed to somebody picking up your product and disregarding it after only days of use because they didn't like the actual experience of using it. And for the purposes of this video, I'll be focusing on software. However, the heuristic evaluation method can be applied to a variety of products and services. So this method is actually really easy to use, and even a beginner programmer can pick it up. But most programmers, both beginners and advanced, didn't even know that this existed. So let's take a look at some programmers, one who's a beginner and one who's advanced at the University of Michigan.
All right, so this is a project that I got 100% on. It calculates your birthday, as in Monday or Tuesday, based on the date of your birth. Go ahead and follow the instructions, and it'll give you the day you were born.
So choice 1, then March 17, 1998. Enter. Oh no! So even though this program got 100%, it's clear that there's some major flaws in the program itself. For example, as you could see, I couldn't get any feedback of how to climb out of the error that I got myself into. Let's take a look at a more advanced programmer and see if his classes have taught him about design and user experience as a whole.
Hi guys, I'm Prem. I'm a computer science major. I finished all the core requirements for the major, and we learned about data structures and algorithms and complexity analysis. That is, finding out least complex solutions to major problems.
Okay, so have you learned anything about design or user experience?
Not really, no. We didn't have much emphasis on user design.
Luckily, even though that these programmers haven't been formally taught how to adhere to a good user design, it's actually very easy to get started. And somebody named Jacob Nielsen already identified 249 usability problems from 11 different projects and found that there were just 10 heuristics that provide the best coverage of problems. Before we go over how to improve user experience, let's define what it is first. There are 4 primary components to it, the first being value. Ask yourself, is your product useful? Is it better than the alternatives? Secondly, what's its usability like? See whether your users can actually do what they set out to do. Third is adoptability. Your users are already using an existing product or service. See how adoptable yours is and how easily people can start using your product. And lastly, desirability. How pleasant is your product to use? Namely, is it fun? Is it attractive? Now that we've defined what user experience is, let's talk about how to improve it, namely by using Nielsen's 10 heuristics. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, but let me talk about a few that a lot of people find confusing. If you look at number 2, it says match between system and the real world. Essentially, all this means is there should be some affordances or similarities between program and the real world. Suppose, for example, we have a button on a website. It should look pressable, just like a button in the real world also looks pressable. And number 3, user control and freedom. A user should be able to do what they want with a website, and there should be many ways of doing what they want, rather than having a very small and fixed path to doing something. Number 6, recognition rather than recall. A user shouldn't have to memorize how to go through your program. A user should be able to look at the interface and be able to predict what each button does. So they'll be able to recall things rather than memorizing a specific path. A journal in the American Physiological Society has acclaimed heuristics, saying that, quote, heuristic evaluation found most serious problems. And this is tremendous because another journal published said that heuristic evaluation requires, quote, little or no formal usability training and can be conducted regularly throughout the system design and used by any member of the product team. This means that normal programmers, while we're actually writing the code, can go through a heuristic evaluation method rather than having to do any fancy procedures or wait till they're done writing the whole program. Let's see what happens if you don't pay attention to user experience. One study found that increased complexity had more negative appraisals, increased reaction times, and even increased their users' facial muscle tension. Now, on the other hand, we can see that Purdue University libraries incorporated the heuristic evaluation method in their yearly database reviews. So even large institutions like Purdue University libraries are taking this evaluation method into account, and they've even went as far as to say that heuristic evaluation is innovative and dynamic despite being so easy to use. My team and I made a website for my elementary programming class, and essentially what we did here was map the LSA course guide onto our own website. And we actually used Nielsen's 10 heuristics when designing our website. What we did was focus on flexibility, meaning that students can access this website through their laptops or mobile devices, and efficiency. Our connectivity with Google Maps allows students to see exactly where their classes are right from Google Maps. And in the end, this helped a lot, and we won the award for Best Website.